In today's video, we're going to take a look at the schedule for the 2021 Patriots season, and we're going to make a prediction on the wins and losses and give you guys a total record prediction as well. Alright, now here we are taking a look at the schedule. I haven't put anything on here yet except for total record down there in the bottom left. You're going to want to keep an eye over there because I am going to be adding that total record as we go along. I do think that this schedule is kind of a medium one for us. There is some more difficult games, obviously. Tampa Bay, Houston always gives us some trouble. Carolina always gives us trouble. I think those are two that I'm watching for very closely. Tennessee's a tough one. And then obviously some of our divisional rivals are also pretty tough this year, especially Miami and the Bills. That's something that we're going to need to pay attention to as well. In general, I think this is a relatively easy schedule, probably a top 5 easiest schedule for the Patriots out of the past 20 seasons or 21 seasons or whatever it is since the whole dynasty started. I really feel like this has got to be one of the easier season schedules that we've had in quite a long time, to say the least. So let's just go ahead and go over this first game versus Miami. This one is at home, and I'm going to give us the win there at home versus Miami on September 12th, so that you can see our total record down below is a 1-0, obviously, as we've just won our first game. And I think we're going to get out to a 2-0 start, actually. We're going to beat the Jets as well. We're going to go down to New York and beat them. Probably out of all of our divisional rivals, they're the easiest ones. So we're getting to a hot start here. Obviously, a very, very good 2-0 record to begin the season. That is a great way to start things out. And people are already going to be getting really hyped about the season at this point. Now, our next game is at home versus New Orleans. And I have us beating the Saints. And you're probably thinking by this point in the video, okay, this guy's just going to show the Patriots winning every single game. And you're probably about to click off the video. But rest assured, this is all well thought out on my part. This is actually my real prediction. And it is pretty realistic by the time we get to the end of it. You probably won't be feeling like it's absolutely ridiculous. But it's about to get a little bit more ridiculous, as I also have us beating Tampa Bay at home. And listen, this is my logic here with this one, guys. I really want you to hear me out. We're going to be 4-0 by this point. I think that Bill Belichick is literally going to give it his all for this game. My logic here is that all 3 of the games before that aren't actually against super teams, okay? So we're not facing a team where it's, the most challenging game in the world. Yes, we may take a loss before Tampa Bay, but there isn't any insanely difficult ones beforehand. I think we're going to save all the best plays, everything, and we're going to throw it at Tampa Bay. I really do feel like we are going to give it our all. And if we win this game, that's obviously huge. If we lose this game, I think that's also huge because, again, we gave it our all. If we give it our all and we still lose that game, I think that's a bad sign for things to come in this season. So I'm really looking forward to that game, and I think it's going to dictate a lot of how the upcoming season can go. At Houston, October 10th, I think this one is definitely a loss for us. Houston has always played us tough. I know there's a lot of question marks with Deshaun Watson, but I don't think it really matters. This is a team that really just plays us really, really tough. It's kind of like us going down to Miami. It doesn't really matter who's on their team at all. They're just going to play us really tough. And oftentimes, it actually could end up being a loss for us. I think we win most of the time when we play Houston, but it's so tough. I really feel like this is one of the more higher chances of being a loss for us, to say the least. I really think Houston could be that first loss. So we're at a 4-1 record. Definitely not getting scared yet. Things are still looking good. And I think as Dallas heads up to New England on Sunday, October 17th, a week later, I think we get that win. I really think we'll beat the Cowboys. We beat them a couple of years ago. It was a pretty tough game, but I don't see this being a loss whatsoever. The week after that, we're playing the Jets. They're coming to our stadium this time here in New England, and I think we get the win here as well. So that's going to put us at a 6-1 record. So that has us sweeping the Jets, and I really feel strongly that we likely will beat the Jets both times based on their current situation. I really do not see this, especially them coming into New England and beating us. I really do not feel like that's going to happen. Week 8 at the Chargers, I have this as a win as well. We beat them pretty good last year, and I think it'll be maybe similar, maybe not quite as bad of a beating, but I do see that being a win based on the fact that we played them last season, and we can expect a similar outcome there. Now, week 9, I have us getting another loss here at Carolina. Again, another team that actually beats us very often, even regardless of how good their team is. It might seem like we are um, we are just this red hot team, and the Panthers are the complete underdog, but they still beat us. And I have that happening again, November 7th. Cam Newton's old team. There's going to be a lot of implications here. If Mac Jones is playing, not as much. If Cam Newton is playing, this could be a quite dramatic game. Very curious to see how that one plays out. That is actually a pretty exciting one there. Now, week 10 versus Cleveland. This one could be a tough one. Honestly, I could see that being a loss there on Sunday, November 14th against Cleveland. But I do have this one listed as a win as of right now. It is the Browns still. So who knows what the season is going to be like for them. The Falcons on, that's going to be our 11th game here. I have this as another win. I think they're going to be without Julio Jones, obviously. So there's many different things, but I do have this a win for us. Versus Tennessee, this is a home game, but I do have this as a loss. Tennessee is obviously a very talented team. Probably the most challenging game on this entire schedule is Tennessee, if not Tampa Bay. So that's the two toughest teams right there that we're going to be facing. I do feel like Tennessee is a little bit more built to beat us because of their run game and things like that. Tampa Bay is a little bit more of a pass-happy team. They're going to be a lot more of that, just Tom Brady passing. And I feel like our passing defense is a lot better than our running defense. Our running defense has been one of our biggest downsides for years and years and years, but the passing defense is really, really great. So I suspect that we would play better against a team like Tampa Bay rather than Tennessee, and that's why I have us beating Tampa Bay and losing to Tennessee. At Buffalo, I have this as another loss right here. So we're 1-1 with Buffalo. This puts us at a 9-4 record, and we're heading into the bye week. It's a perfect time for a bye week because it saves us from just going on a complete losing streak here. We can kind of regather ourselves a little bit and figure out what's going on. But really, it's just the fact that we played in Buffalo, and then the week before, obviously, it was Tennessee. So there's two very tough games. That puts us at a 9-4 record. Probably some people are panicking by this point. 2 weeks in a row, we took losses. Could we start losing some games more and actually miss the playoffs potentially? We'll have to wait and see, but by the time we play Indianapolis, you can see we get the win. That is at Indianapolis, but that puts us at a 10-4 record. I do have us beating them. Versus Buffalo, this time at our stadium, I have us beating them this time, and that's going to put us at 11-4. Now, Jacksonville is going to be coming to our stadium. I do have this as a win for us. Obviously, Trevor Lawrence is going to be playing, I think, for the Jacksonville Jaguars. And it's going to be kind of one of those situations where he could be lighting up the league, and that could change things a little bit. Or he could be having a typical rookie season that's just okay at best. But either way, another exciting thing that people probably haven't thought about too much with this game, it could be Trevor Lawrence versus Mac Jones. A national championship rematch there between the two of them. That could be really cool if that is the way it plays out. Obviously, we don't know for sure if Mac Jones will be playing or even if Trevor Lawrence will be playing. It really just depends on both franchises' decisions and what they make at the quarterback position, really what they decide to do with their quarterback room. And obviously, that's, so many different things can happen that it's impossible to try to make that prediction. And then finally, at Miami to end the season. This is like the worst game to have to close out the season because I do have this as a loss. At Miami, I think anytime we go to Miami, there's a greater chance we lose than we win. Again, just regardless of how good they are or bad they are, it does not matter. Don't underestimate them because they're probably going to beat us when we go down there. We'll have to wait and see, though. Maybe we will beat them. Maybe this will be that rare occasion where we do beat them in their stadium. But just historically, this has not been a good game for us. That puts our total record at 12-5. And I think if we were to lose any of the wins that I put on there, it would be probably Cleveland. I would say is probably the toughest game, or maybe Dallas. Dallas or Cleveland or Tampa Bay, obviously, as well. That's the three that are the most difficult. So it could be something between, it could be like 10-7, 12-5, maybe even 13-4 if we can win one of those. Something like that. But I do have us making the playoffs, obviously, at anything above 10 wins. So I do think the Patriots are going to be significantly better than they were last year. I think the Patriots' record was a little bit worse than the team actually was last year. We had a lot of close losses where just one play was a little different. We would have won maybe like 2 or 3 of those types of games. We easily could have snuck into the playoffs last season if a few of those things went in our direction, kind of. So I think they played a little bit better than the record shows. So I think it's not going to be too hard to have a significant jump on the record this season. This team could easily win 10 to, let's call it, 13 games this upcoming season. I wouldn't say that would be too hard at all, especially with the new 17 game season setup that we have here, obviously, for the 2021 season. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Please let me know if you agree with my predictions here or if you completely disagree. Also, give me insight into what you disagree with or what you agree with. Specifically, I think this is a pretty realistic guess. It might be overly aggressive to some people, so maybe you could, take it down a notch, down to 11 wins or 10 wins. But regardless, this isn't absolutely ridiculous. I'm not calling for them to win, 15 or 16 or 17 games or anything like that. This is a big step in the right direction for the Patriots, but they're not the #1 seed or anything with this record. This is a solid playoff entrance, but definitely not the #1 seed or anything. Anyways, thank you so much for watching this video. Be sure to absolutely destroy the like button. Be sure to leave a comment down below to help me out as I'm trying to grow this channel. Please help out by just leaving a like, leaving a comment. That's all you have to do, and it really just helps bring new people into this channel as I'm trying to grow it. And also, be sure to subscribe if you're a Patriots fan or you just like Patriots content or whatever it is. Be sure to do that and share this video. Anyway, see you guys in the next one.